Stop using church intimidation, control and manipulation. Jezebel and all them spirits fall back, not trying to hear it. Go with Jesus, walk in peace. On your pew can sit that beast that we're fighting in the world. I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you. Power of the word, two-edged sword. MC Heaven rocks for her Lord. Thought they crept in unaware, didn't see.
Shalom, everybody. Barakatha. Welcome again to the Crystal Jones Show. It's the show that's all about life balance. We greet you in the name of Ahaya Bahashem Yeshaya Wabarak. Thank you for tuning in again for another episode of this show. You can see my show weekly on Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can go to bronxnet.tv, channel 951 and 2137. Also, you can watch me at those channels on your local cable shows, your local cable stations, I'm sorry. Also, you can see what I'm doing on Facebook and YouTube. Go to my Facebook and YouTube channels. You can subscribe, like, and share my videos. All the things that I do go right to YouTube, usually within the next 2 days. So you'll be able to see it before it goes live on TV. All right, so go join my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see all of the videos. Also, you can catch me on Instagram at The Crystal Jones Show. You can write to me, thecrystaljoneshow@gmail.com. Also, I'm now on HebrewConnect.tv, so you can go there as well and check out my different videos. Okay, so today we're going to be adding a scripture of the day. We want to share something with you from the King James Version of the Bible. It says, "Let the word of Hamashiach, which is Christ, dwell in you richly in all wisdom." All right, so let that word dwell in you with wisdom. Use wisdom when you're reading God's word. Let wisdom have its perfect work in you so that you're able to walk it out in your life. Teaching and admonishing one another in psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. Get into your Psalms. That book of Psalms and Proverbs and stuff like that, it has a lot of wisdom for just daily life things, just basic things that we do in life. And also your hymns and your spiritual songs. I was listening to just before I came on something that what's Israel Houghton had wrote. There's a new song that he wrote, and it's awesome. It's called like a freedom song, and it's awesome. So I was meditating on that. Singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. Are you singing during the day, in your heart to the Lord? I know for me, when I'm working, I'm playing my gospel station, and I'm listening to the word of God through the gospel songs, and even through the people that are on the radio shows, different things, their testimonies and things like that. So that's how we let the word of God dwell in us richly, so that our minds will be filled with the things of the Lord. All right. So we're going to move on now to today's news. Okay. What I've been seeing in today's news, Black history being taught in today's public school curriculum. Okay. Now, what I'm noticing is there's a lot of craziness or crazery surrounding it, because a lot of times, which I kind of fault us to a certain degree, we're Hebrew, or they call us here in America Black people. Why is it that we are consistently expecting for white teachers to teach our children about our history? You have to remember, they cannot do that. They are not Black, okay? And the things that they're going to teach our children are probably not going to be, correct. Because remember, we have found out who we are, because when we first got here, on slave ships and all of that kind of stuff, okay, they rewrote our history here. So why are you going to expect white teachers or people to come and teach your black child about our history. It makes no sense. This is why I'm trying to get us to understand, just like all these other nations have their own neighborhoods and things like that, their own schools, we need to do the same, because we have a rich heritage, a great history before we got here to this country, since we've been here, and now. All right, we built this country. Okay, and while we've been here, when we were in slavery, we invented many different things. They're not going to tell you that in a white school. All right, we contributed so many things to this country. All right, so it doesn't make sense for you to expect to hire a teacher from, say, Connecticut or something like that and have them come down here and teach us. This is what's going on. This is why when they're trying to teach it, they're doing things like having the black children play the part of slaves, and their white students are selling our kids like in an auction and stuff. And then our kids are embarrassed, so they come home and tell us, and you're mad at the principal and all of that. Stop sending your kids to these all white schools is what I'm telling you. Stop doing that. We have to build in our own communities, get our own schools together. Okay. And when we get our own schools together and whatnot, as we do here in my community, we've been getting, we now have black schools within our community. When we do this, then we will be able to teach our children our history. Y'all get it now? Stop trying to squeeze your kids up in an all-white school and expect that these people are going to know to do the right thing. They don't. They're not black. All right. So stop trying to push your kids off on these people of other cultures. All right. Because if anything, their history is going to make them, the white history of what they did to us makes them ashamed. White people are ashamed of that. They're not going to show our children what they did. Okay. So please stop doing that. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we've been talking about Airbnb, okay, owning our own lands and property and stuff like that, tiny home Airbnb. You saw something last week, and I have something I want to share with you today, because this is something that we can do as a people. We can get together and have a community of black Airbnbs. We need more of this so our people feel comfortable when they're traveling, that they're not going to be stalked after or something crazy like that because of the color of our skin. So maybe we can get together in groups and buy land and own tiny Airbnb homes, so that when our people travel throughout the United States, throughout the world, they'll feel comfortable staying at these places. So let's take a look at another tiny home Airbnb.
What is up, guys? Today I'm going to give you a beautiful tour of this Airbnb right behind me. This is a barn dominium. Now, what does that mean? Basically what that means, from my understanding at least, it is like a pole barn or barn style, and it's converted into a home. And usually they're really large and spacious, and the ceilings are usually super tall, and they're just really unique. I used to live in one, which is kind of neat, but the one behind me is definitely super beautiful. From the outside, you can just tell it's super grand. There's lots of parking here. There's lots of space on the outside. It's on a really nice piece of property. If you like to get away from the city and come to the nature, and this place is surrounded by trees, super private and super peaceful. The barn is black, fits my aesthetic. If you watched last week's video of the container home, is the exact same kind of idea on the outside of it. It is black with the wood. This home is also black with the wood accents and the wood pillars right here in the front. It just looks super magnificent and grand, and it's really awesome. I love it a lot, and it has lots of windows in the front to let in a lot of light, and it just adds to that first impression where you pull up to this home. And you got lots of seating here on the outside for all the people you'd bring to just chill out and enjoy your time together. And yeah, this home just doesn't lack in any area, I think. So if you want to check out this home yourself, the link is down below. It is an Airbnb, And also the owners here have a website. They have other homes on this property that you can rent, just like the one video I did last week of the container home. You can check that all out on their website, or this one specifically with the Airbnb link down below. But without further ado, let's just continue with this tour. Let's head on the inside and check that out. So whenever you first walk in, it's almost breathtaking from how large and really nice this home has been. There is not any detail that went unnoticed with this home. Everything is super high quality. The owners really care about suiting you and your needs and making you comfortable with this home. Let's just continue on with the left. You have the huge dining seating area that can sit a lot of people here. This home is a 2 master bedroom home with 1 extra bedroom that has 2 twin beds in it. So there can be a lot of people for this home. I think it's more suited for a group of people to come and enjoy their time here together. So you can all sit at this dining table and eat dinner or breakfast or whatever all together and enjoy each other. And right behind that, you got the pretty spacious kitchen for what it is. It's really nice cabinets that has all your amenities that you would need. This one has an oven with a stovetop, microwave, giant fridge, a small pantry to the left of the fridge, and just in the cabinets you have everything you would possibly need in a kitchen, from the cleaning supplies, towels, to everything coffee related over here. And then you have a couple open shelves up on here on the right side, which has your dishes. Now the sink is really large and faces this window right here that lets in tons of natural light, and it's really beautiful, especially in the evening when the sun is setting and that light is just beaming through. It just looks super beautiful and cinematic. So that is this half of the home. As we walk over to the other half, you just look up and you have a huge chandelier right here that is hanging from this wooden beam that really sets the tone for this home. So we'll just continue on, and you have your living area. Lots of couch sitting space for you and all your friends or guests. It is super comfortable and cozy and really intimate on this side. Even though it's really open and grand, they know how to fill the space with this home, and it doesn't feel like it's just kind of empty. I've been to some homes where it's super large but they just don't have a lot of stuff. It feels pretty empty. This home does not at all. It feels really intimate, and that's what I like about a home. So to continue with the living room area, you got some games over here underneath the mirror, which I always love to play. And right along with that, you got the TV with the fireplace right underneath it for those cozy, nice winter nights. And you got lots of pillows and blankets throughout the home. It just can't get any better than that. And as we continue down the home, the other half, basically the back half, you have this really large hallway, and you see on each side you got sliding barn doors, which fits the style of this home. Each side, we'll start with the left side. We walk in. This is the kids' bedroom. I would say it has 2 twin-size beds that make a bunk bed. Super well done, and it's super cozy for if you bring kids or even adults. Adults can sleep here. I think I would enjoy sleeping in this. It's not tight or cramped or anything in here. They do have some toys, so that's why I said it's a kids room, but if you're not bringing kids, you can just ignore that. You got a TV and dressers over here to put all your luggage and stuff in that. And if we can just continue on with the left side of the home, you got your master bedroom that is connected to the master bath. This master bedroom is very large and spacious. It's really nice. You got storage underneath the bed, and you got storage over here on the left side for your luggage with this drawer, and you got a little chair, and it's just really decorated nicely. It's really bright and airy. You don't feel dark or dingy or anything anywhere in this home. I like that a lot. It's really sleek and modern. Across from the bed, you got the TV. You got some hooks underneath it to hang anything you would need. And just right connected to this room is the really sleek bathroom. This bathroom is super large. You could fit a lot of people in here because sometimes everybody's in the bathroom trying to do something. This bathroom can definitely suit that need. You got the toilet over here by the door, and you got the really nice sink with the mirror and the ladder of towels over here that you would need. Right on this side, and right next to that, you got this super cool shower. Now the shower has the shower head that kind of goes up and around. I've never seen anything like it. It looks super futuristic and modern, and it's super cool, especially if you're taking a shower. It's definitely better than just a normal shower like at my house. I like the shower a lot better. And right next to that, you got your storage area where you'd have all your amenities for the bathroom, and you got a couple hangers right here if you need to hang anything up. They provide everything for you that you need, which is really nice as well. Now across the the hallway, you got the other master bedroom and bathroom. It is identical to the one I just showed you. It is literally the exact same, just kind of reversed, flip-flopped. So if it's you and somebody and you want to bring another couple with you and they might have kids, this place is perfect. The two of you can have your own master bedroom and bathroom and not feel like you're on top of each other. So I'm not going to repeat myself because you already know what it looks like. We'll just continue on with the last room of this home. This room is blocked off. I believe they have all their cleaning supplies and stuff in there. Anyways, right next to it though, you got this little area to kind of prepare yourself for when you walk out on the back deck. You got some towels for the hot tub. Yes, this home does have a hot tub, and some blankets out here for a nice winter night if you want to bring out there and cozy up on the outside. So let's get on with the outside deck. When you walk outside, you can see it is a really large, nice deck, and you got a nice property backyard right behind it to enjoy. On the right side, you have that hot tub, and something really neat about this hot tub is that the cover flips up on this pole and just kind of sets itself on the side. Whenever I'm using a hot tub and that has a cover, I hate taking it off because it's always super heavy. You don't know where to put it, and this just makes it super easy. I don't know why every hot tub does not have that. And across from that, you got this kind of enclosed area with this huge table and lots of chairs for if you want to come outside and enjoy your time with everybody. You can sit around this area in the summer. You can close this netting area and keeps out all the bugs, which sometimes bugs are a problem, but we'll continue on. If you walk down, you got the huge fire pit area with these log seats, which is super cool. Who doesn't like a nice campfire in the summer or winter or whenever, any time of the year? Campfire is super cool, and it's really intimate being surrounded by these trees and everything. So that is basically it for the home. I would suggest this home to really anybody, especially if you have a lot of people and you want to get away for the weekend. Come check out this home. You won't regret it. It has Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is super great, even though you're in the middle of nowhere. It's super fast, and you're right next to Old Man's Cave. This home is located in Ohio, so if you're stopping by, driving through, or if you even live in Ohio, come check it out. I met the owners of this home and all the other homes on this property, and they are super nice. They pay high attention to detail with everything that is included with this home, especially cleanliness, which is really important to me. Sometimes you get to Airbnbs or home rentals and they might not be the cleanest. With this home, these guys really pay attention to that, and along with everything else of this home, you will not get a bad experience, in my opinion, from this home or the container home that I did last week.
Do you see what we could do if we come together and build places and get places like that? Some of these places you could get the land for like very dirt cheap. Up in Pennsylvania and different places, we could get the land for very dirt cheap. You could get together with either your siblings or your family members, or even churches can get together and get these places built, because these places are made out of like shipping. Some of them are made out of shipping containers. Some of them that hard gopher wood. That gopher wood is the one that was used on Noah's Ark. That stuff never rots. Okay, so you can use, different types of materials. I saw one last night called Kudo. That's a new type of shipping container that they use, I think, that's a new type of tiny house that material that they use in, I think it's Australia or something like that. And to build these places, have these places built, is under $100,000. So if you could get together with a group of people and have this done, then y'all could take turns hosting it. If you do it with 3 different families within your family, one weekend they could host the Airbnb for the people, or however you decide to do it. You may not even need to really be there on the property for the Airbnb, or you can hire somebody who lives locally within that area to come and make sure everything is going okay. All right. So Hebrew Black people, come on, let's get it together. We got to get it together. Soon we are going to eventually get our reparations. I know they telling us we're not, but just like when we left Egypt, we got our stuff, right? So before we bounce out of here, we are going to get our monies. Believe me, we will. So in the meantime, let's, put our monies together that we have and whatnot, and do what we got to do so that we can, have an income. Because like I told y'all, these jobs are going away. All right. So we have to bounce off of this system too. All right. Working for other people. No, we have to do our own thing. All right. Okay. So now the next thing that we have sadly, which is missing youth. All right. The first person we have is Aiden Lee. He's been missing since September the 17th of this year, 21. He is 17 years old. He's from Syosset, New York. He is a black male. He has light brown colored hair. He has the eye color is brown. He's 5'4" and he's about 155 pounds. If you've seen him, report it to missingkids.org, your local police. Please help get Aiden back home to his family where he belongs. Okay. The next person that we have on here of our missing children is Catrice Taylor. She's been missing since September 28th, the 21st of 2021. Okay. She is missing from Syosset, New York. She's 14 years old. She's a black female. Her hair color is black. Her eyes are brown. Her height is 5'2", and she weighs about 243 pounds. All right. So she was last seen on September 28th. If you see her, please report it to missingkids.org, to the local police. Let's help get Catrice back home to her family. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to Spotlight today, and our spotlight is on the top 20 black-owned vegan restaurants, because we need to go back vegan to some degree. I'm not saying that you should cut out meats altogether, but we need to get into more of a vegan diet, especially us. We definitely need to. We got to get off of this junk food, and we got to get back healthy. When we were back home over on the continent of Africa, especially when we were living in Israel, when we were in Jerusalem and all that, we didn't have no junk food. We ate healthy. So we got to get back to that now. All right. So I want you to see the top 20 black-owned vegan restaurants. So let's take a look at that.
Hello and welcome back. In this Black Excellence presentation, we will highlight 20 Black-owned vegan restaurants.
Welcome to blackexcellence.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
Veganism is nothing new to the members of the African diaspora. Far from a new trend, Black vegans are an established community rooted in religious and cultural traditions. It just hasn't received the same visibility as mainstream vegans. But the vegan and vegetarian culinary scene in communities of color is inherently vibrant, undoubtedly distinct, and unapologetically Afrocentric. And now this sector of the population is working to reduce its consumption of animals faster than any other demographic in America. The awareness of animal suffering, concerns for human health, and environmental issues are inspiring a new generation of Black leaders in the food industry to create real positive changes for animals, customers, and the planet. They are helping spread the plant-based love with their communities and beyond, accentuated with that same cherished ethnic flair that we are known for. So come with us on this soul food and health food tour of 20 awesome vegan restaurants that represent the four corners of the country. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, Slutty Vegan. Atlanta-based vegan burger joint Slutty Vegan opened in the summer of 2018 and now has several locations in the greater Atlanta area. The founder and owner, Aisha Pinky Cole, opened the restaurant to give underinformed communities access to healthy plant-based foods. Even during the pandemic, the Georgia-based eatery has remained extremely popular, with customers willing to wait outside in huge lines for their delicious food. Number 2, Houston Sauce Company. Couple Courtney and Chastity Lindsay started Houston Sauce Company with the intent of selling barbecue food out of their food trailer. But they both went vegan and adapted their menu to their new lifestyle and started throwing music and vegan food events. They became so popular that they were able to expand to a food truck and eventually to a brick and mortar. Now Houston Sauce Company is a Texas favorite among vegans and non-vegans alike, with favorite dishes like collie wings, big hot chicken sandwich, and the crunchy boudin sushi roll. Number 3, Sweet Soul Food. Sweet Soul Food has managed to swiftly delight and impress the New Orleans vegan community and those outside it with a mashup of vegan soul food and sweets. Chetwin Smith, with her husband Anthony, started Sweet Soul Food as a vegan vendor for local festivals. They opened their restaurant in April 2018 with a fresh menu for each day of the week. Sweet Soul Food is bringing flavorful Cajun vegan soul food to locals and tourists alike. From vegan options like chicken fried cauliflower, eggplant lasagna, and cheesy grits, to bread pudding, potato salad, jambalaya, and ice cream, there's plenty to choose from at this affordable Treme eatery with cafeteria-style service. Number 4. Solely Vegan. This 100% vegan and Black-owned restaurant serves up plant-based versions of classic Louisiana-style soul food dishes such as Creole nachos and crispy okra. The owner and chef, Tamara Dyson, was raised vegetarian and has been creating her signature vegan dishes since she was 18 years old. The vegan kitchen serves authentic plant-based Louisiana flavor since it opened its first location in Oakland, California in 2009. Dyson's concept now is a national brand with 6 locations a little more than a decade later. Number 5. Binge Kitchen. When Yarnisha Lyons first opened Binge Kitchen in 2017, she was still a student at Texas State University, balancing classes and managing her vegan eatery with the intent to promote health and wellness. She started with a food truck, and shortly thereafter, she opened a brick and mortar in San Marcos and has recently expanded her plant-based mission into San Antonio. Serving the first fully vegan menu in town has helped the restaurant become a favorite for vegans and non-vegans alike. Number 6. Vegan Flavor Cafe. The premise of the Vegan Flavor Cafe is simple: food that was allergen-friendly but didn't compromise on taste. Currently, their menu is completely meat-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, and can also be made oil-free upon request. Owner and chef, Yal Assar, strives to make food that is healthy for your body but will still make your taste buds sing. But the restaurant's focus is not only on healthy vegan food, it is also community-oriented with a strong emphasis on customers' health. Number 7. The Land of Kush. The Land of Kush is an amazing vegan soul food restaurant opened by Gregory Brown and Neha Wright Brown, with the mission of bringing vegan food to their community and helping people adopt a more plant-based lifestyle. They also want to show the public that veganism can be both easy and affordable. They call their restaurant the ultimate vegan experience, while serving Maryland favorites such as their homemade baked mac and cheese, Kush barbecue ribs, and vegan crab cakes. Number 8. Asla Vegan. Asla Vegan is a casual Ethiopian vegan restaurant co-founded by mother and daughter Asla and Nizanet Abigays, offering gluten and soy-free options. Having hosted big family dinners for many years, Asla dreamed of opening a restaurant to feed the community. Thus, she came out of retirement to open Asla with her daughter. The menu features classic Ethiopian dishes such as misirwat, timatim, and injera. Number 9. Begab's Goodies. Located in Hyde Park and founded by Gabrielle Darvasi, Begab's Goodies offers more than just vegan food. It also provides customers with various types of dietary needs, including cleanses, detoxes, and local healers products. Darvasi is committed to ensuring her community has access to soy-free, gluten-free raw and cooked vegan foods that can help them heal inside out. The menu includes plant-based huevos rancheros, jackfruit nuggets, raw brownies, and the Begab's Jerk Burger. Number 10. Indulge Irresponsibly. Founder and baker Joshua Watson grappled with ongoing health issues since he was a teenager. Therefore, he dedicated himself to vegan eating and eventually decided to sell vegan baked goods and started his home baking business with recipes from his father and grandmother. He brought on business partner Nick Salazar, who was also devoted to environmental efforts as well as a vegan lifestyle. Some examples of their specialty flavored products and seasonal baked goods include Mexican hot chocolate, cinnamon rolls, citrus flavored rolls, cookies, and the jalapeno cheddar bread. Number 11. Stuff I Eat. From California Southwest cuisine to traditional soul food, this acclaimed restaurant has a variety of awesome vegan meal choices. Fitness expert, health-centric chef, and motivational speaker, Chef Babette founded this all-vegan, California-based restaurant. The menu features soul food, sandwiches, tofu and wild rice tacos, burritos, quesadillas, smoothies, desserts, and raw pies. Number 12. Chandal's Vegetarian Cafe. In a secluded residential part of Bridgeport, Chandal's is exactly the type of hole-in-the-wall vegetarian spot that you cannot miss. Cheyenne Matthew opened up this vegan cafe in 2005, serving authentic Caribbean cuisine that is inexpensive and full of flavor. The cafeteria-style serving system allows customers to mix and match their protein-packed veggies, barbecue tofu, rice and beans, roster pasta, and stews. Number 13. Trio Plant-Based. Minneapolis resident Lewis Hunter overcame adversity to open one of Minnesota's only Black-owned vegan restaurants, known for specializing in 100% plant-based soul food. Now Hunter supports his community just like they did for him. Trio has an abundance of healthy, flavorful meals, such as the Mac Attack Burger, chili cheese fries, and Lillian sweet potato pie. Number 14. Gangster Vegan. Vegan restaurant franchise Gangster Vegan Organics is a Black-owned vegan restaurant serving organic and mostly raw hip-hop inspired dishes. Co-owner Tania Yarborough says healthy vegan foods are needed now more than ever during the pandemic. Their menu is fun, tastes great, and has something for everyone. Cold-pressed juices, smoothies, wellness shots, salads, bowls, burgers, and raw vegan desserts. Number 15. The Southern V. Situated in the Buchanan Street Business District, this family-owned restaurant is known for their plant-based version of Nashville hot chicken. Owners Tiffany and Clifton Hancock opened their popular comfort food restaurant after starting as a farmer's market pop-up and special orders only to a roughly 600 square foot brick-and-mortar walk-up location with an expanded menu, expanded hours, and plenty of indoor seating. Their dishes are flavorful, plus taste bud tingling, offering Southern-style dishes such as chickpea tuna melt, faux fried chicken salad, and biscuits and gravy. Number 16. Quickie 2. Quickie 2 is owned by the mother-daughter duo, Naomi and Afi Howell. The Howell family is extremely talented in the kitchen, with Naomi's other children owning popular plant-based restaurants and food companies as well. Quickie 2 has served the Tacoma community since the 90s, surviving gentrification and pandemic shutdowns. Some of the amazing menu items that keep people returning to the Howell's restaurant include homemade mac and cheese, the crazy Jamaican burger, and the barbecue seitan salad. Number 17. Twisted Plants. After a year of serving the community through their vegan food trailer, Brandon and Ariel Hawthorne signed the lease for their first brick-and-mortar eatery right before everything shut down due to the pandemic. Despite this difficult start, they pushed through with takeout orders and are thriving with many loyal customers. Twisted Plants serves a variety of vegan burgers, including the Pineapple Express, the Soul Plane, and the Still Smokin'. They also have Moz Sticks, cauliflower bites, and chicken nuggets. Number 18. Dajan Eats. Dajan Eats is a vegan cafe and creamery founded by Jen Ross, specializing in vegan Caribbean food. Ross, who is originally from Jamaica, came to the U.S. when she was 16 years old. Her food identity is simple, vegan and Jamaican flair, just like Ross herself. Originally starting out of a Citgo gas station in 2017, Ross experienced massive growth, which helped her secure her own building only a year later. Dajan Eats was able to expand its food choices in the midst of the pandemic with new burgers and also revived its line of frozen meals. Her dairy-free ice desserts called Irie Cream has become very popular, and she has expanded her offering with 4 new flavors. Number 19. Detroit Vegan Soul. In 2010, Erica Boyd and her partner Kirsten Ussery began the process of eating healthier foods. They began to repurpose old family recipes with the goal of making healthy versions of them. The outcome was soul food dishes with all vegan ingredients that became an instant hit with family and friends. Their passion evolved into what is now Detroit Vegan Soul, where you can savor your favorite comfort foods with confidence that the ingredients are fresh, great tasting, high quality, nutritious, and completely plant-based. Their menu has a Southern-style fare, but they also shake up things with a dose of Asian-inspired flair. Some of the customer favorites include its mac and cheese, the almond tempeh smothered in brown mushroom gravy, or its crisp spring rolls stuffed with tender smoked collard greens. Number 20. Greedy Kitchen. Greedy Kitchen is focused on providing delicious and nutritious vegan comfort food for the community. Brooklyn native owner Letitia Daring grew frustrated with the lack of diversity and flavor profiles available in Brooklyn. After working in fashion for over 26 years, Daring decided that her years of experience in customer service and her passion for food would pair well in providing an experience that was desperately needed in the borough. So she launched Greedy Kitchen in 2018, and now its 100% plant-based cuisine draws on Caribbean, African, and Southern flavors to create diverse and great-tasting dishes. The menu has everything from loaded fries to mini beef sliders to crab cake sliders to oyster po' boy sandwiches.
I don't know about you all, but that food looked good. And I find myself eating more of a vegan style. I used to be a chef myself, so I'm not going to kid you. I'm thinking about getting me some vegan restaurants going. Because one thing about it, people love to eat. People always want to eat. And also with the Airbnb, people want to travel and go places. So these are businesses for Black people to own. And we are doing that more and more. So I'm saying, get in your neighborhoods, get with your people, and let's do this thing. All right? So the next thing that we're going to touch on is health and wellness tips. Now, I experienced a situation like this. Always check that you're picking up the right prescriptions at the pharmacy. I had a situation where a family member had went to pick up their medication and picked up medication that was prescribed to them from way months ago. So the one that they were supposed to pick up that day, they thought that's what they were picking up. And the people in the pharmacy made the mistake. So when my relative got there the next day, realized that wasn't it. She told them, but she had already taken some of the pills. And so she alerted them, and they said, oh, they made a mistake. They did it from when she had another prescription at another time. So always check on these people with everything, because sometimes, places get busy and stuff like that, and they're not paying attention. But you always pay attention. It can mean your health, because she could have, God forbid, gotten sick, anything. All right. The next thing is business tips. Visit businesses that you're interested in duplicating. You want to open a vegan restaurant, start visiting vegan restaurants, talk to the owners, get to know them, see what you would want if you open up a vegan restaurant. What kind of vegan foods would you make available to the public? What's good? What's more healthier than other vegan foods? Which one is the healthiest? That type of thing. So familiarize yourself with businesses that you want to duplicate. All right. Okay. So now we are going to the Word of God. So Shema Yasharala, Ahaya Eloheinu, Ahaya Akkad. That means, listen, Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is our God. He is one. All right. Now we're continuing with the teaching of the Feast of Dedication, or the Feast of Lights, how it came about. All right. In the book of 1st Maccabees, the 1st through the 4th chapter, it tells us what happened and what was going on. Of course, the surrounding nations were trying to get us to stop serving our God, but they were doing it in slick ways, trying to introduce things like naked sports and all kind of weird, things that they were doing. They were trying to incorporate it in there and telling us to all become one. Like they were trying to change our belief system. All right. So some of our people were fooled by them and were going along with it. So this caused what happened in the book of 1st Maccabees, the 1st through the 4th chapter. You had Alexander, who was of the Gentile or white nation, who was, trying to get our people to join in with all kind of weird sports and things like that. Then he died, and Ptolemy and all of them other people that came in charge after him kept trying to tell us that we shouldn't serve our God anymore. They desecrated our temple, and all of that kind of stuff. So now our people who were taking a stand, of course, was Matthias. He was one of the Levitical priests, and his sons. They were like, no, we're not going to take down to this foolishness. Reminds me of what's going on today is they're trying to force us to not serve our God. It's still going on. So now, after Matthias him and his sons have fought against the foolishness of the surrounding nations, Matthias had died and his son Judas had taken over, right? So you see that we battled with all of these different groups of people who kept trying to come against us, right? So we get down to First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter, in the 50th verse. It says, then cried they with a loud voice toward heaven, saying, what shall we do with these, and whither shall we carry them away? For the sanctuary is trodden down and profane, and thy priests are in heaviness and brought low. So our people were feeling weary because these people from these other nations were coming and desecrating our sanctuary and wearing out our priests, and we were fighting against them like, no, and they were coming against us on our Sabbath day. I mean, these people were really trying to get us to bow down to their gods, all right, which is the first commandment that God gave us. Thou shalt serve no other gods. He said, only him shall we serve. So here come these surrounding nations trying to get us to serve their idol gods, right? So, and lo, the heathen are assembled against us to destroy us. What things they imagine against us, thou knowest. How shall we be able to stand against them, except thou, God, be our help? So now our people are praying, Lord, help us, get us out of this mess, right? Because these people are trying to turn us against you, right? Then sounded they with trumpets and cried with a loud voice. Remember, we used to use the trumpets back then. The sound that sometime it was sounded for war was approaching or something was going on in the atmosphere, right? And after this, Judas ordained captains over the people. Judas, who was Matthias's son, who took over after him, he, was a Levitical priest, right? And after this, Judas ordained captains over the people, even captains over thousands and over hundreds and over 50s and over 10s. So that goes to show you, we were a huge group of people. We were Israelites. There were thousands of us. We weren't just some small group of people like they keep lying and telling us that we're 12% of the population. Don't believe that garbage. Anyway, so we were a large group of people. But as for such as were building houses or had betrothed wives, they were planting vineyards or were fearful, those he commanded they should return every man to his own house according to the law. So Judas was like, listen, we got to fight for our people. But if you're busy about your stuff and you don't really care about us, you don't care about your people and you don't want to be a part of the struggle, then go on about your business. So the camp removed and pitched upon the south side of Emmaus. And Judas said, arm yourselves and be valiant men. So as much as we think that we were always this docile, quiet people, no. When we were in our land, we was kicking butt when we had to, right? Okay. So he says, and Judas said, arm yourselves and be valiant men, and see that ye be in readiness against the morning, that ye may fight with these nations, okay, that are assembled together against us to destroy us in our sanctuary. We prayed and we fought. Okay, we prayed for it. All right. For it is better for us to die in battle. It's better for us to die fighting for what we believed in than to behold the calamities of our people in our sanctuary. Now, I'm not condoning just going out and fighting for no reason and stuff like that. No, but when it comes time, people coming up against you like that and trying to destroy, what you believe in and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. For it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people in our sanctuary. Nevertheless, as the will of God is in heaven, so let him do. So we were like, we're going to fight, but whatever God's will is, this is what we're going to do. Because at times, God did tell us to march, like we marched around Jericho, and Jericho fell. So, but when Jericho fell, okay, so when we marched around Jericho, we just marched around for, a couple of days and blew the trumpets and all of that kind of stuff, right? And it fell, right? So now we're going to the 4th chapter. Then took Gorgias 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen, and removed out of the camp by night, to the end that he might rush upon the camp of the Jews. So Gorgias, of course, was of the Gentile nation, which would have been, more. By that time, there were white people in the land. Because I explained to you at one time, there were no white people. Because we have the dominant gene. God made us from the dirt of the earth. The dirt of the earth is black. So back then, we were very jet black people. All right. We were dark. All right. And so after some time, when you had these different diseases and stuff that came upon people, plus people moving to other areas of the world, became lighter and whiter, plus slavery and stuff like that too. All right. So Gorgias had 5,000 men come up against us, who the Jews, we are the original Jews. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were black men. All right. Abraham was a Chaldean. Chaldeans are black people. All right. So now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed. So Judas heard, okay, they're bringing their boys against us. Okay. So Judas removed, and the valiant men with him, that he might smite the king's army, which was at Emmaus, right? While as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp. In the season came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas. So now here they came, our enemies. They came, Gorgias, they came by night, right? To surprise us and come upon us, right? To the camp of Judas. And when he found no man there, because Judas removed, right? So he found us not there. He sought them in the mountains, for he said, these fellows flee from us. So Gorgias figured we was running from him, right? But as soon as it was day, Judas showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men. So I'm not where you think I am. Who nevertheless had neither armor nor swords to their minds. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen. And these were expert of war. So Judas is watching this. They're watching the enemy. They're saying, wow, okay, these guys, they got the horsemen, they're expert men of war. He's checking out what's going on with the enemy, right? Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not their multitude, neither be afraid of their assault. In other words, come on, y'all. We're people of the Most High. All right. Don't be afraid of them. Okay. Nor the fact that they have a large multitude of people, or of their assault, the fact that they are trying to come upon us to kill us, right? Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea. Remember when we went through the Red Sea, Pharaoh's army was back there trying to get us, right? But God opened the waters for us, and we went through on dry shod, on dry land. God opened the waters. So he was saying, don't be worried, because sometimes God has had us to fight physically, and sometimes he said, go across. All right. So our forefathers were delivered in the Red Sea when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Now, therefore, let us cry to heaven. All we're going to do, we're going to talk to the Lord, and we're going to we're going to trust in the Lord for our deliverance. Now, let us cry to heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day. Because remember, again, we as Israelites have brought this mess on ourselves, fooling around with these Gentile nations, serving these idol gods. So now we're in distress, and we're saying, Lord, help us. Please get us out of this. We're going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments that you told us to do. So Judas is saying, perhaps the Lord will forgive us and help us to go back to him, and he'll fight for us, right? Now let us cry to heaven. He said that the Lord will have mercy on us, that so all the heathen may know that there is no one who delivereth and saveth Israel. Nobody could have saved us but God. Nobody could have brought us through that Egyptian slavery but God. Nobody could have brought us through American slavery but God. No one could bring us through what we're going through today. Police brutality, all kind of things that we're going through. No one can bring us through this but our God. But we have to return back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. We have to turn back to our God, right? So then the strangers lifted up their eyes and saw them coming over against them. Wherefore they went out of the camp to battle. But they that were with Judas sounded their trumpets. So they joined battle, and the heathen, being discomfited, fled into the plain. Howbeit all the hindmost of them was slain with the sword, for they pursued them unto Gazera and unto the plains of Idumea. Remember, the Idumean people are the people that were came about because of Esau. Okay, we're of Jacob. Esau and Jacob were twins. So Esau was the one that came out red and hairy. So he basically was a lot of the start of the white nation of people. But we are from the black man, from Jacob. And Azotus and Jamnia, so that there was slain of them upon 3,000 men. All right. So after we slain those people, Judas returned again with his host from pursuing them, and said to the people, be not greedy of the spoil, inasmuch as there is a battle before us. Even though we've already slain 3,000 men, don't be greedy and take in the stuff that they have. Get what you need, the victuals or whatever from their spoils, because they're dead now. But we still have a battle before us. Focus. We got to defeat the enemy. And Gorgias and his hosts are here by us in the mountain. But stand ye now against our enemies and overcome them. And after this, ye may boldly take the spoils. In other words, don't worry about the spoils and the stuff that they have till after we overtake all of them. As Judas was yet speaking these words, there appeared a part of them looking out of the mountain, who, when they perceived that the Jews had put their hosts to flight and were burning the tents, for the smoke that was seen declared what was done. So they were seeing what we were doing. We were beating their butt. All right. When therefore they perceived these things, they were sore afraid, and seeing also the hosts of Judas in the plain ready to fight, we were ready. They fled over one into the land of strangers. Then Judas returned to spoil the tents, where they got much gold and silver and blue silk and purple of the sea and great riches. After this, they went home and sung a song of thanksgiving and praised the Lord in heaven, because it is good, because his mercy endureth forever. Thus Israel had a great deliverance that day. Now all the strangers that escaped came and told Lysias what had happened, who, when he heard thereof, was confounded and discouraged. So the enemy was discouraged, because neither such things as he would were done unto Israel, nor such thing as the king commanded him were come to pass. So he realized that everything that their king told them was a lie. We got the victory through our God. The next year, therefore, following Lysias, gathered together 70,000 choice men afoot and 5,000 horsemen, that he might subdue them. So they came into Idumea. Remember, that's for me, that Esau group, and pitched their tents at Bethsura, and Judas met them with 10,000 men. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, Blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quell the violence of the mighty man by the hand of thy servant David, and gavest the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, his armor bearer. Right? Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel. So Judas is praying a prayer against the enemy. Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel. Give us the victory, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen. Make them to be of no courage, and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away, and let them quake at their destruction. Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, and let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving. Give us the victory, and let us praise you. So they joined battle, and there was slain of the host of Lysias about 5,000 men. Even before them were they slain. Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judas's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die. You got to be ready to live or die for what you believe in. Valiantly he went to Antiochia, and gathered together a company of strangers. And having made his army greater than it was, he purposed to come again into Judea. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. So Judas is now, since we getting the victory, we done killed, had to get rid of thousands of people because they came up against us. They started trouble with us. So we had to go out against them. However, I'm not going to be able to wrap it up like I thought I was. So it's going to have to be like a part 4 to this, okay, or 5 or whatever, because I've been teaching this for weeks. So I can explain to you what the Feast of Lights or dedication is about. I'm going to have to wrap that up next week here in this 4th chapter of First Maccabees. All right. So again, you can watch us on Saturdays from 7 to 8 p.m. on BronxNet.tv, channel 951-2137 on the Inspire channel. Also, you can watch us on the cable channels that are numbered the same, 951 and 2137, whatever cable that you have. You look for either of those channels, okay? You can go to my YouTube page. Share my videos. Come on, y'all. We're trying to build up that channel. Share the videos. Get your people to share them. Get your people to subscribe. I need you to go and subscribe to my channel. All right. Like and share my YouTube videos. Also, you can see what I'm doing on Instagram. All right. At the Crystal Jones Show, you can write to me at Gmail, the Crystal Jones Show. Check me out on HebrewConnect.tv as well. Okay. And, see what I'm doing on, those other channels. All right. Thank you for joining me. All right. In the name of Ahaya Bahashem Yeshaya, thank you all for joining in. I wish you peace and blessings. Shalom Barakatah. Peace and God bless you. And I always tell you, stay balanced. Stay balanced.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
When you want to talk, I'm here.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Stop using church intimidation, control and manipulation. Jezebel and all them spirits fall back, not trying to hear it. Go with Jesus, walk in peace. On your pew can sit that beast that we're fighting in the world. I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you. Power of the word, two-edged sword. MC Heaven rocks for her Lord. Thought they crept in unaware, didn't see the gatekeeper standing right there, not getting down with your tactics, undoctrinal practice.